Hey guys, it is Parker. Sorry I can't be there today. I am currently at regionals for golf. But anyways, I will be presenting the original stage production and notable stage interpretations of A Doll's House. So let's get right into it. Cole, go ahead, change slides. So in 1879, A Doll's House was premiered at Royal Theatre in Copenhagen, and this play stood out amongst others because of how realistic it was for the time period. So at the time, many plays were more fantasy, and people couldn't really relate to it. But with The Doll's House, it showed a situation that had occurred in many homes at the time where the husband would treat the wife as a child that he amused himself with, and so eventually the wife would just become that child. And this was one of the reasons it was so popular, was because it brought these doll homes into the light, and as Cole will talk about later, was a symbolism for the increase in feminism that was to come. Corey, go ahead, switch slides. In 1880, in Flensburg, Germany, Hedwig Nyman Rabe, I think is how you say it. Anyways, she played Nora in this interpretation, but she refused to play the original script because at the end, Nora leaves her children, and she refused to do that. So Ibsen agreed to rewrite the ending of the play because he didn't trust anyone else to do it for him. So he rewrote the ending, and Nora didn't leave her children in this ending. And when the play was over, all the fans were infuriated at the distortion of the play. They started protests in Berlin, and it wasn't a good situation, and eventually Hedwig was forced to go back to playing the original script. Cole, you can go ahead and switch slides. In 1884, at the Princess Theatre in London, A Doll's House was shown there for the first time, but it was shown under another name, Breaking a Butterfly, because at the time in London it was forbidden for Doll's House to be played, and this was because they thought that the play was too depressing for citizens. It was too dark, so they made Breaking a Butterfly, which is A Doll's House, but the ending is different in that at the end it is more happy ever after. It's more of a happy ever after kind of thing, where all is well, and that was shown there. Corey, go ahead, switch slides. In 1973, there were two films that were released, one in England and one in America, and they portrayed A Doll's House, and they were both based on the original script. The British version was directed by Patrick Garland, and the American was directed by Joseph Losey, and this was the first time that people could watch A Doll's House in their own homes. Cole, you can go ahead and switch slides for me. So the last interpretation was not too long ago, in 2007 at the Edinburgh Festival. And this was directed by Lee Brewer, and he decided that all of the male roles should be played by dwarves. And so this kind of messed with the gender bias in Norse society, and it increased the ridiculousness, I guess, of Torvald's insistence of patronizing his little Nora. So it was definitely an interesting rendition of how the play was originally written. Thank you guys, and I'll see you on Wednesday.